Welcome to the new era. FM26 has arrived. We're on the beta version of the game right now, starting a Chelsea playthrough here on the YouTube channel. Do make sure that you drop the video a like if you're looking forward to this. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more, and come and join me on stream to watch all of it live and in the moment. Plugging done and out of the way. Can let you know that once we finish this Chelsea beta save, we will be doing a Glory Hunter save starting at AC Milan, utilising the trophy room that we've used in previous series on the channel. So we'll be going for all of these trophies later down the line. I'll of course update the World Cup, etc. For that save when we get there. But for now, we are going to be starting with this handsome chap managing, hopefully, a successful Chelsea campaign. How many seasons we do depends on how long you want to see it, or if we get to launch before we've done more than a couple of seasons, then we can jump into the Glory Hunter and crack on from there. But in this first episode, I'm not going to go through the boring, here's how my manager looks. You will have seen that multiple times from multiple other people. We won't do that here. We're going to jump straight into the action. I'm going to set up the save for this beta one with all of the English divisions set as playable. The rest of main European leagues will be set to view only. We'll have a smattering of other divisions as well to try and find some talent, and I can give you a little look at the behind the scenes of that on stream. If you would like to come across and join me, then do so. But I'm going to jump in, set the save up in the background, and the next time you see me here, we will be Chelsea boss. Like I say, drop the video a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please do come and join me on stream as well. I'd love to see you. And if you want to pick up the beta for yourself, one final plug, then there'll be a link in the description to my partner, Fanatical, where you can get yourself a 22% discount on the PC version of the game by pre-ordering it there, and it will give you instant access to the beta. You will, of course, post-launch not need the beta, but that discount of 5% from my personal code will still be there until post-Christmas. So if you're holding off until you've seen some footage and some content, I can still get you a bit of a discount later down the line. Let's go to Stamford Bridge. Here we are. I am officially announced as Chelsea's new manager. Older than I might like to admit, and older than I feel, but we have ourselves a new job. We're at Stamford Bridge for the foreseeable future, and here at Chelsea we are expected to challenge for a Europa League spot via a league finish, which is 5th or 6th in the league, as you can see just here, and hopefully we will be able to do that. In terms of players coming in and out, I don't know how much transfer action I'm going to look to do in this first window, but I know that I'd like a goalkeeper and I know that I'd like a centre-back, because I'm pretty sure that's what Chelsea need in real life as well. This looks a lot different, doesn't it? It will certainly take significant game hours to get used to the new UI. I know it's had a mixed bag of response so far, but we're going to approach everything with an open mind. We're not going to be instantaneously negative just because it's different, and hopefully we can enjoy the journey along the way. And quite frankly, as long as we're successful, I'm not that bothered at this particular moment in time. We've got a number of welcome emails initially to get through. Of course, your usual tutorials. It is recommended to look through the tutorials just for a navigational point of view, etc. And menus will look different than they did on the previous game, etc. So when you're loading the game up for yourself, do have a look through. I'm going to just press through. This save is not going to be super in-depth. We're basically going to make transfers, we're going to pick teams, we're going to play games, and hopefully win them. This is how I'm going to set up in terms of the initial 11. At this particular stage for Chelsea, we're going to have Robert Sanchez in goal, James, Chalobah, Adarabioyo and Cucurella, with Caicedo and Enzo sat slightly deeper. Neto on the right, Garnacho on the left is the choice at the moment. Cole Palmer at cam and João Pedro up top at striker. Obviously, it's not as strong a Chelsea squad as you might like, and it's not as strong as Chelsea squad as we'd be used to seeing, but hopefully we can still be successful enough. There's still a lot of growth in a number of these players, and there's still obviously some positions that could be improved upon. We have a 17-ish million pound budget, which isn't a lot of money. I would like a goalkeeper and a centre-back, but I think we might need to make some sales before we can make some signings at present with this Chelsea side. But we've got a busy pre-season. Clicked on the wrong bit. We've got a busy pre-season with Preston, Bradford, Panathinaikos and Galatasaray. Before then, obviously, the Premier League starts on the 17th of August in just over a month's time. I'm not taking control of any of the friendlies, etc. We're just going to head as quickly as we can towards the game against Crystal Palace. And obviously anything we need to deal with along the way, we shall deal with along the way. But I've delegated most of my... Oh, good. Moises Caicedo injured immediately. That's fantastic. How long's that for? 1 to 2 days. Good, fine. Little panic for the time being. So, like I say, I'm going to be kind of a hands-off manager. I've delegated a lot of stuff to my staff. We're just going to pick a team, make some transfers, play some games, and hopefully win some trophies by the end of the season. So a quick update to let you know how things are going midway through pre-season. We've lost our first 2 of 4 friendlies by 2 goals to 1 against Preston and Bradford, so that's going well. So Pedro seems to know where the back of the net is, though. And obviously, you saw earlier that I have a small transfer budget. We found out by going to the recruitment, however, that I have 38 available clauses I could sell that would raise a total of £323 million. Now, we found out via our transfer budget that I have 100% of transfer revenue made available. So I would imagine that if I sell those clauses, that will get added to my transfer budget. So if I sell that clause, that's going to make 550 grand. It says, yeah, this amount will be added to your transfer budget. So I could give myself a transfer budget this season of 323 million. So I might do that. I might not do all, because that seems a little bit OP, but I might sell a few, and I might look to get that goalkeeper and centre-back in. We'll maybe see how we do with the game against Palace first, before we make any definitive changes. But so far, pre-season has not been great on the pitch in terms of results. But as long as they're gaining their fitness and learning the tactics, that's the most important thing. Yeah, we're going to raise some funds, ladies and gentlemen. And then we are going to have some fun bringing some players into the club. Murray Campbell has rejected Birmingham and has decided he wants to go to Leicester as well. We have made a couple of sales. And off the books, you sold a player. I did. Achievement unlocked. So we're very nearly at the first Premier League game of the season now. If I go to calendar. In fact, if I go to fixture schedule here, I've sorted a few bookmarks as well. You can do that in the top right here, so you can have some hot links. So our first game against Crystal Palace is on the 17th, currently on the 5th of August. Wesley Fofana's back from injury, so we are, I think, in a bit better of a spot. Mark Hughes like, oi, it's Real Madrid, isn't it? Yeah, I might be forced to sell Mark Guiu here. So we're nearly at the Crystal Palace game. I'm going to give the first couple of fixtures the chance to see how well the squad plays, and then we'll make a decision about whether we're going to sell some clauses and buy some players after that. Okay, look, if I pay 16.5, you'll agree that's still not good enough. Well, sorry, Mark, but you've not got any real experience, so I don't know as really you've got the legs to stand on there and be like, oi, da 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 da. Whatever, I'm going to go and play Crystal Palace. Mark Guiu can rot in the reserves for all I care at this moment in time. This isn't our long-term save. This is kind of our learn the ropes of the new UI and new game save. So Mark Guiu is not doing his career any favours here. Team talk number 1. I want a positive reaction. We have to win our home games. No excuses. Let's go. Okay, that's as positive as I could probably have hoped for, isn't it, really? Inspired, motivated, most of the people. Joao Pedro, Robert Sanchez and Cucurella at least listened to me. And Jamie Bino Gittins had his headphones in or something, apparently. Right, pre-match press conference. How are you feeling? This isn't about me, it's about Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Don't put too much pressure on me, please. It's only my first game in football management. Thank you. Happy with the preparation, though. How's the feeling in the squad right now? Sense of the mood? We're all right. We're all right. Oh, that's it, is it? All right. Here we go. First game, then, in the Premier League, with, obviously, the new Premier League graphics in the game, licensed for the first time here at Prem. They're going 3-4-2-1 with regards to Crystal Palace's starting lineup. City top of the table after a 3-0 win in their game against Wolves or Burnley. Here we go. Players coming out, ready for a game here at Stamford Bridge. I mean, this is the aspect of the game where there's really not much argument at all, really, is there? Like, the game is significantly better looking on a match day than it ever has been in the history of ever. This is the bit that is undeniable in terms of its comparison with the way that the game used to be. Fingers crossed we can get a decent result on match day number 1 in the Premier League. I'm going to have key highlights set. Let me just quickly pause it there. I'll just show you my quick quickly show you my initial match. So this is my first game played, though, so this may well change. But currently, I'm set to broadcast with key highlights. Match speed is at 1. Speed between highlights is 30. But if I make any changes to this, I shall let you know. We've got a free kick in a positive position here. Enzo Fernandez is going to deliver it. I haven't set my set pieces up, actually. Enzo Fernandez! Wow! Didn't see that coming. A goal from the free kick. Who needs to set your set piece tactics up when Enzo Fernandez can just do that anyway? Dean Henderson at his near post. Beaten! We lead by a 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. And, well, I could go, oh, and I don't think you'll see a free kick scored better this season. You probably will, but still pretty good. 1-0 Chelsea. Highlight here, secondary Noni Madueke's just scored for Arsenal there, you can see, to give them a 2-1 lead against Manchester United. It's actually Palace that are on the attack here in this particular highlight. We're nearly at the end of the first half, as you can see, top middle. Nice ball played over the top. Cristante Suche flicks it onto Mateta. Wow. A Robert Sanchez own goal. Mateta bullies the backline. Uche and Mateta working really well as a partnership up top. Physically beating one defender, physically beating the next, and boom! Nearly. That's unfortunate. It's gone down as a Robert Sanchez own goal, understandably, but that's not Robert Sanchez's fault, so we won't hold him accountable on this particular occasion. We had started the game very dominant. Palace have definitely grown into it in the latter stages of the first half, but overall, I think it's been quite positive so far, but we haven't necessarily bossed it. But that's fine. So we've been a better team. Just keep doing what you're doing. No one's really reacted in any real way to that. I don't think we change anything tactically at the moment, though. Let's just keep things building up, and hopefully we can find ourselves a second goal to win the game or more between now and the end of the fixture. That's a nice pull into the channel, and Palmer could send Bino Gittins in down the left. Can he find Joao Pedro in the middle? He probably should have looked to do so. It's going to be a corner for us, but that absolutely could well have ended up in the back of the net if he'd have squared it to Joao Pedro, who was waiting. It's building similarly down the left-hand side. Bino Gittins is definitely looking like he's worthy of the inclusion in the starting lineup on the left, but he does need to be a little bit less greedy, because at the minute he's just not playing the passes that surely would set up more simple chances. So we're going to make one change here, about the 67th minute or so. Pedro Neto's going to come on for Estevao on the right-hand side. We've tweaked Jamie Bino Gittins' role from a wide forward to a winger. So hopefully he'll stop going for goal and we'll start to play the passes that we feel like he should have been making earlier in the game. And maybe we can find a winner. If we do find a winner down that left-hand channel in that nature, then that shows that we've obviously got the tactical nous to be able to tweak the team, and it's worked well for us. But we haven't actually had any highlights now for a while. Palace actually have the higher XG, but that's probably because of the nature of their goal. If we can get Bino Gittins in down the wing to create that next chance to win the game, that would be great. When we haven't seen that many chances from open play, we scored a goal from a set piece. And that's a goal from open play, and Jamie Bino Gittins passed it. And guess what? Goal! Chelsea 2, Palace 1 in the 86th. Caicedo with the ball out wide. Cucurella down the line. Gittins in loads of space, kind of utilising the wide areas because they've got that narrow defensive three. Palmer sneaks in, beats Henderson to the ball at the near post, and that might well be Chelsea winning the game. I don't think I'm going to change anything too much. I might go cautious with my overall play, but I don't think we're going to change anything on the instructions side of things. And as time ticks down, I might contemplate making a change or two just to waste some time. And now Palace have the opportunity to equalise, and they have done exactly that. Cristante Suche scores less than 2 minutes after we scored our goal, and we're not defensively all that either, apparently. Wharton with a free kick. It's going to get knocked back across at the back post. And I think this is Uche here ghosting in. Sanchez with a save, I think. And then Uche just turns it home. Well, we thought we'd won it. We haven't. Yeah, 2 minutes. Cole Palmer, 86th. Cristante Suche, 88th, unfortunately. But if maybe I'd made that change to make Bino Gittins a winger rather than a wide forward earlier, maybe we might have seen the side actually create a few more clear-cut chances. So I'm not underwhelmed by the overall play. I think there's definitely positives in there. We did play well, but I don't want to say we didn't play well, but I'm happy with the result. I say you're unlucky. The own goal was unlucky, and their second goal came from a rebound as well. So it's obviously not the best of starts to the season, but a draw is a fair result on the day. Enzo Fernandez's goal was top. It will hurt, but we'll come back stronger from that result. So we're 9th at the minute after one game. But certainly, wow, Arsenal 5, Manchester United 2. Unlucky Man United fans. You are in the relegation zone. Bloody hell. Esteban makes his debut. Leicester received 500 grand from the Wesley Fofana deal. So there goes the 500 grand we made from Ian Martson with his clause. Overall, I think there's improvements to be made to the defensive awareness, perhaps. But if we make the tweak tactically with the change here from wide forward to... I'm going to make the change from wide forward here to winger. I think if we start the same 11 in the next game, I think actually we might stand a chance of getting a decent result. Our next game is against West Ham in a week's time. That, though, will probably round out this first episode. No, you know what? Let's get West Ham in here as well. Why not? We'll have West Ham in episode number 1 here on YouTube too. So we're going to start an unchanged side for the game away from home against West Ham at the London Stadium. It is a little bit wet, as you can see. Drizzle. So that might change the way that the game plays. I think it will probably suit us more than it suits them. They're starting with Areola, Walker-Peters, Tadibo, Igor. Ollie Scarl starts at left-back for them. Socek and Guido Rodriguez. Looks like a 4-2-3-1 with Somerville, Ward-Prowse and Bowen sat behind Fulkrug. But we'll wait and see exactly how well they play. I think you all know how important rivalries are and we're expected to win. Make sure we do. So I'm putting a little bit of pressure on them here. So we didn't get the result we wanted against Palace. So against West Ham, who lost on the opening day, let's make sure we get a win this time around. So we have to stick to our game plan. Look forward to this one. Plenty. I'm just going to be positive in most of my responses, really, I think. But there you go. 4-2-3-1 as expected here. Paqueta only on the bench. So they've got options to go to. But so do we. We've got some quality options to go to ourselves. Like I say, starting the same 11, but obviously with a couple of tweaked individual instructions to hopefully get the win this time around. It is slightly drizzly. That looks like a bit more than drizzle, actually. But we'll head straight to kickoff and hopefully we can get 3 points on this occasion. In stoppage time here at the end of the first half, Caicedo does find Cole Palmer. I thought initially that was actually maybe going to get given away there. Trevor Chalobah out wide here to Mark Cucurella. Building down the line. Palmer needs runners. Palmer might go solo. Palmer is going solo, but Alphonse Areola right behind it, and it will be 0-0 at the break then. More positive, more forward action. Lack of defensive needs to be that... hang on. to be that involved at the minute. We are very much thinking solely about scoring and not having any real concerns about conceding. We have scored! I thought the first Cole Palmer effort might be the only one that we get in that highlight. We recovered possession. We've gone again. And Estevao gets his first goal contribution of his time at Chelsea. Loops the ball in. And Cole Palmer underneath it with his head, which is not his usual avenue of scoring goals. But we have scored and we will lead by a 0-0 at half-time. Thank you, Deck, for the 18th month subscribed on Twitch. We will dedicate that one to you, mate. Estevao beats his man. He's off. He's very positive, Estevao. I think it's just the nature of maybe the instruction. He and Bino Gittins are both very keen to get down the line and get involved. Here's Cole Palmer to Bino Gittins. I tell you what, Alphonse Areola has made a couple of very good saves in this game so far from efforts that have been headed towards that top right-hand corner. Twice now he's denied us a pretty stunning goal. The clean sheet is intact at the moment, although West Ham are now potentially going to create a chance of their own. We're only still 2 or 3 minutes into the second half, so the action is ongoing. But Robert Sanchez makes a very good save himself there from Jared Bowen's one-on-one, where you would very much have expected him to finish. Right, let's just keep hold of the ball, lads, shall we? And make sure that we lessen the frequency of their attacks. Here's a corner for us now. Just before the hour mark, Cole Palmer delivers in. We do have some rather tall bodies in there, but West Ham have got some physical presence of their own. Enzo from the edge of the box, maybe. Enzo Fernandez is a go-to goal scorer for Chelsea this season. It's 2-0 up the Chelsea. Right. If we can grab a third, I'd be happy to make some changes and bring some fringe players on. Or if we're still 2-0 up with 15 to 20 minutes to go rather than half an hour, then maybe similarly we can look to make some changes. Bino Gittins is on a great run here, and it's going to fall to Joao Pedro, and Esteval does make it 3. That's really good from Joao Pedro there. Very unselfish to square that, because I would personally have just tried to swivel on that and get a shot away. As Bino Gittins gets down the line here, I think that's an effort, actually. Hits the post. Now, I would have swiveled and shot there to try to get it in, but he's laid it off to Esteval, who then slots into a very open gap. We are going to make some changes, and we're also going to get our first win of the Premier League season, surely, from here. I can see down the bottom here who's tired and who's not, etc. So, JB Bino-Gittins is actually starting to struggle with his stamina now. Paqueta pulls one back for West Ham, which is annoying. It's a shame we haven't been able to keep a clean sheet. But as long as we get the win, and hopefully by 2 goals as well, then I guess we have to be happy enough. When you're 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go, you do want to keep the clean sheet, but it's a good finish from Paqueta on his left foot. We'll let the team off. I know we brought Neto on. I think it wants me to take Esteval off to replace with Garnacho. Let's not concede a second, shall we? Ah, come on, Chelsea. We've got that. See, this is very Chelsea, isn't it? Chelsea of late. Convincing position, comfortable, and then just switch off at the back. Bowen in behind, squares it across, and Callum Wilson's there at the near post. Can we just not, please? We just see this through? Thank you. A 3-2 win is less pleasing than a 3-0 win. But a win's a win. I want to say something about the end, if I can. Saw a lot of good stuff there. We cannot afford to let complacency creep into our game. We're all unhappy. Well, you conceded 2 goals in the last 10 minutes, so maybe you should be a bit unhappy. Right, that will bring this first episode YouTube-wise, YouTube video-wise, to an end. So do please drop the video like if you've enjoyed this first episode of the Chelsea FM journey. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. We'll try and get this out to you as regularly as I possibly can. And fingers crossed, you guys will enjoy it. First couple of games of the Premier League season, and then we should have some first cup football and maybe even European football in the next episode as well. But I'm going to just go and work my way through the post-game motions, and then we'll go and record episode 2 immediately now as well. But hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully we can build on the goal scoring and stop the goal conceding. 2 per game at the minute is not great. And then, fingers crossed, we will be a team to be reckoned with in the Premier League this season. Thank you very much for watching episode 1. Hopefully I'll see you in episode 2.